In that range, Nick.
From Storm Team 7, this is a severe weather alert. Good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Dan Bickford here in the Storm Team 7 Weather Center. We're keeping a close eye once again on a tornado warning that's in effect for Rutherford County. You just saw this yellow box pop up here right now. A severe thunderstorm warning has been added to this now, to the north and east for this system, because not only can it produce the potential for a tornado, but it may also produce some strong, damaging straight line winds, and we could also potentially get some large hail out of this particular system as well, too. It's moving pretty quickly to the north and the east at about 40 to 45 miles per hour, and it will continue to pass across northern Rutherford County as it continues that northeastward motion. The center of circulation of the possible tornado is right here. We're talking north now of you folks in Logan, right along Highway 64. This is going to continue to move up, basically close to Highway 64, eventually towards Highway 226 in far northern and far northeastern Rutherford County. This warning is in effect until 3:45 p.m. Go ahead and take a look at the velocity mode on this, and we'll show you where you can see the greens and the reds clustered together. Right here, again, as I mentioned, pretty much right by and just to the west of Highway 64 in northern Rutherford County. This is where we have the potential for a tornado. At the very least, a funnel cloud. And if it's not producing a tornado now, it could still at just about any time. So this is why it's very important that if you're in northern Rutherford County, you take your tornado safety precautions. That circulation now at about the edge of the tornado warning. As such, it's possible, since we haven't seen the warning extended yet, that the National Weather Service may be holding on this just a little bit, because that circulation has weakened since this warning was first issued. So the imminent threat may have decreased just a little bit, but we are still seeing that circulation. And until we get a little bit of a change, there's our newest pass, and we're losing a little bit of that notch there, but we are still seeing a little bit of it right in here. Again, right on Highway 64, where there's going to be that potential circulation that might produce a tornado at any time. To this point, we have not had any confirmation of anything touching down, but we will keep a close eye on it as we go through the course of the evening. Also, I just issued, there it is, there's the new red box, a brand new tornado warning now in advance of that system. This tornado warning is currently in effect for parts of McDowell County, northern Rutherford County, and that is in effect until so check the latest on this. It is in effect till 4 o'clock this afternoon. So, and that encompasses, again, all of northern Rutherford County, southeastern McDowell County, and then eventually on up into Burke County. A tornado warning. Let's go ahead and take another look at this, and I'll do a storm track. This is moving very quickly, so it's going to be on top of you and gone before you know it. So the good news is the threat won't last terribly long. The bad news is you need to get out of the way, because we will have that potential for that storm to be on top of you pretty quickly. If it holds together, it's going to move through relatively rural sections of northeastern Rutherford County, perhaps southeastern McDowell County, and eventually we get into Burke County by about 4 o'clock or so, if not sooner. So those are some of the communities that are potentially affected by the tornadic portion of the storm. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for the area encompassing that, and that stretches a little bit farther to the north. That encompasses a good chunk of the rest of McDowell and Rutherford County, and we could still see, even if you're nowhere near the tornado, 60-mile-per-hour straight-line winds, perhaps a little bit of hail. Hail's probably going to be less than quarter size, maybe even less than dime size with this. Hail does not look to be that big a deal with this storm as it continues to truck along very quickly to the north and the east. Let's back up here just a little bit. I want to give you the broad perspective, because as far as storms go, as of right now, that's the only game in town, that one storm that's moving into northeastern Rutherford County right now. And eventually, over the next 30 minutes or so, it should move up into Burke County and out of our viewing area. To the back edge of that, there's still some scattered showers and thunderstorms through parts of the mountains. The upstate, we're relatively quiet right now. However, as we look to the west, just because these storms move out doesn't mean we're done for the afternoon or evening, because we've got another line of showers and thunderstorms developing from eastern Kentucky through eastern Tennessee into northwestern Georgia. There's a possibility that these storms also could become severe, and that this line is going to cross the area as we go through the evening. So many of us getting a little bit of a break from storm chances right now, but this may crank up again a few hours down the road. We do still have tornado watches in effect for all of the upstate, down into the Midlands, and for much of northeastern Georgia until 7 o'clock this evening. So even if you're quiet right now, the atmosphere is still very volatile. There's a lot of wind shear, and any thunderstorms that do develop could possibly rotate. So we have to be just watching. That's what a tornado watch is. Just watch for the potential for the storms to develop, and then if there are warnings, that's when we act on it. Tornado watch is in effect till 8 o'clock this evening on the North Carolina side of the line. That includes you folks in Transylvania, Henderson, Polk, Rutherford, McDowell counties. That's where we're seeing the nasty weather right now. Again, tornado warning for parts of southeastern McDowell and northeastern Rutherford County. For a tornado warning, that means a tornado's either been confirmed or it has been detected by radar. At this point, we have not had any confirmed reports of touchdowns, but we have had a lot of circulation with this system, showing that this could possibly produce a tornado basically at any time with little to no notice other than this warning. So what you need to do is, if you are in the path of that storm, take action immediately. If you've got a basement or a storm cellar, go there. Otherwise, the lowest floor of whatever building you're in, away from windows and away from exterior walls. You want to put as much stuff between you and the outside world as you possibly can. That's more stuff that any debris would have to go through before it got to you. Leave mobile homes and cars for more solid shelter, be that a neighbor's house, be that a public building of some sort. Just get somewhere where you are likely to be more likely to be safe, more likely to be able to ride out any potential storm. So we'll take another look at live Doppler here and show you once again, tornado warning runs now till 4 o'clock for northeastern Rutherford County, southeastern McDowell County, and then that goes up into Burke County, and that's for this particular storm right here. You see that little notch? We'll do one more look at exactly where this storm is. Looks like the center of circulation has now moved to the Highway 226 corridor in far northeastern sections of Rutherford County. Go ahead and put on the wind velocities on this and show you that it does look like we still have that circulation. You see the reds and the greens kind of close together here, although the circulation looks weaker than it did earlier. That certainly would be good news, and that would mean that at least the threat may be trying to drop a little bit. But as long as that broad circulation is there, there's at least going to be some potential for at least funnel clouds out of this, if not a full-blown tornado, at least on a brief basis, as this continues to move to the northeast at about, again, 45 to 50 miles per hour. One more storm track on that, and I'm only storm tracking right now this notch here, the area where we have that potential circulation. And that's going to be a pretty narrow corridor. That's going to have this working rapidly up into Burke County here as we go into the 4 o'clock hour. A severe thunderstorm warning continues not only for that cell, but for the cells up to the north for the potential for maybe some hail, but more likely some strong damaging winds. Now again, this should be out of our viewing area before too terribly long, but if you're in far southeastern McDowell County, far northeastern Rutherford County, at least through the next 20 minutes, be sure that you're in your tornado safe place and ride the storm out. 4 o'clock, we should be all clear from that particular storm. We'll be back with more as conditions warrant. Stay with Storm Team 7 for further updates.
This has been a Storm Team 7 Severe Weather Alert.
To the tap.